All right, you guys. I am telling you what, by noon, I look like something bad happened to me. And afternoon, you know something bad happened to me. And it's this 108-degree weather we're having here in Texas today. I just had a load of horses dropped off, and I'm excited to show them to you. We have a little bit of everything in this load. So, by the way, you guys, I'm Tara Sanders. Welcome to Jackson House. I'm telling you that it's hot. But by this time of day, it's super hot. My hair is done, changed directions. I mean, just forgive me. But what y'all are thinking is, stop talking and show us the horses. All right, you guys, this is a little bit of everything that we have here. There's one horse in here that we pinned that, this big gelding right here is a fantastic horse. They said that he is absolutely youth suitable for anybody. He's been ridden English and Western. Mason just dropped him off for me. Said that he's going to be fantastic. He had bought him for a load of killers, and he told me this horse is way too good for that. So kudos to him. We're going to try to get him ridden and see what we think. Beautiful horse. He's, like, again, English and Western. Youth suitable for anybody. And he's absolutely just stunning. There's this little Halflinger cross. She is supposed to be a Halflinger Welsh cross. She came out of a kids lesson program. These are not horses that Jacob bought. So when you see them, I understand you guys are like, wait, nope, these are not. These are, somebody else bought these, but they were just too good. So we're going to try to evaluate them here. Super, super nice little mare. Listen, super sound. She was in a kids lesson program. They said that she just has not been here recently, ridden as much as she used to be. And she was a little bit small, and they needed to upgrade to bigger horses. So you can tell her feet are growed out. But she pulls a little jog cart. You can see how growed out her feet are. She has 4 shoes on, but look how long they are. She's just not been in work recently. And the only reason she was sold is she's 13 years old, kids lesson program horse, walk, trot, canter, beautifully. Amazing little mare, just absolutely to die for. But here's the deal. She just hasn't been in work recently because they had upgraded to bigger horses. So they sold the pony. This was the kids' pony. But I know there's a customer watching this right now that has been looking for that kids' pony that anybody can ride, that's easy to catch, that has 0 vices. And she is a Halflinger Welsh cross. This beautiful thing over here, we're fixing to catch and put a halter on. He is supposed to be a reining horse. He was being shown. He's got a little bit of a gap. We're not sure why, but we're going to find out why. You want to grab him and put him where Effort was? I'm sure it's the feet. Look how awful this horse's feet are. So this is a horse that we've kind of taken in on the neuter program. He is one that, as you can see, is tagged. He was sold on the loose for slaughter, and the lady did stand up and say that this is a finished reining horse, that she had not been riding him recently, and that she doesn't know why he went lame, but basically she just couldn't deal with it. So they said that they gave like $25,000 for him, said he's one hand broke, you can spin him around, but look how awful this horse is shod. And I just can't imagine staying sound being shod like that. So we're going to put him in the barn and put him in my dude program. So you guys, welcome. This is our newest duder. If you're in the Wild Tribe After Hours, you can pat yourself on the back because this horse has a place here and has the opportunity to be saved because of you guys. So it's okay to pat yourself on the back. Is this one of the registered mares? But you don't know which one. Which one's which? There's 2 AQH. She's like, excuse me, do you have a kid for me? I like him. There's 2, the one that he brought and the one that Jacob bought. One of them's the Sadie's Frog. This is this. Okay, so this is the other one that he brought. Okay. This is an AQHA registered mare. She has papers in there. Highbrow Hickory on the papers.
Yeah, Highbrow Hickory and Peppy Sandbadger.
Peppy Sandbadger and Highbrow Hickory are on her papers. She's a teenage mare, super, super broke. They said she's youth suitable for anybody. Just take him. Let's put him on the TheraPlate. As soon as we get him off the TheraPlate, let's start him on some Previcox, and I'll have him on the vets list. He might have to go over with Hampton Road on Monday so we can get x-rays. You guys. I think that they just have him shod so poor, and he's just got a little So this mare right here is registered, and they weaned a baby off of her at the sale. She's an own daughter of Sadie's Drifted Frost or Frosted Drift. Super, super, super nice mare. She was out of South Dakota. They said she's a finished barrel horse, but she also just had a baby weaned off of her. Then the teenage mare, which is this mare right here, kid safe, has been to ranch rodeos. Anybody can ride her. One hand fancy broke, said you can put a neck rope on her, spin her around, slide stop, fancy, fancy, fancy broke. She's a really pretty mover. This is a super nice gaited horse that I think will be nice for one of my gaited horse customers. And I believe this right here is a little gaited horse. And they came together. A lady had this one and that one, if I'm not mistaken. And they're supposed to be half siblings. They're about the same size. I believe that's the gelding. This is the mare. Anybody can ride them. They've been ridden in the Mardi Gras parades. They've been ridden all over the country. You can do anything in the world with them. And they're both bomb-proof, and they are Tennessee walkers. One is kind of he's probably coal black when he's up in the barn, and she is a true buckskin. And then we have this mare right here. This is a gorgeous, 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 gorgeous mare. Number 147. She is a chocolate palomino, and she also came from a kids lesson program. She has been used on the Loretta Lynn ranch. She has a giant write-up about just how fabulous she is and how good she is, and just so much information about all the things she's done. You can shoot off of her, crack a bullwhip off of her. Some people bought her for their kids, and basically their kids just have outgrown her and they don't ride anymore, and she was going to waste, so they took her to the sale. There's one other horse in here that you'll see running around that isn't included in these, and it's because he was in a pen that we needed, so we pinned him. This is a 3-year-old Greenbroke Okie Dokie Dale grandson. His mom is a 1D finished barrel horse that went to the high school finals. He whacked his back leg when they were pinning horses, and we've got to get him caught and doctor him because he did cut his back leg, but that's why he's in here. And then you guys remember my big, beautiful Clydesdale cross, who's getting better and better. So there's my big Clydesdale cross. I don't know. Hi, buddy. There's our Sergio lookalike. There's the 2-year-old registered quarter horse filly. Hi, Gabriel. We have Gabriel. We have this mare right here that we brought up because they just thought that she was... Listen, Jackie and Emma are fantastic. They thought that this mare was just not gaining weight. She came in super poor. They didn't feel like she was gaining enough weight. So she lives out here, but they run her up at lunch and give her her own hay and lunch, and then run her back out every day. You guys remember Coda? This is Two Crow's brother. He's getting ready to go to Billings, and that's Red Rider. Then we have Jackie here, who is tootling along. He's going to theraplate that horse. I want to see if we maybe need to jerk the shoes off of him. Man, he's just shod so bad. I told him it's only because of them that we have him here. Perfect. Emma text you back?
Yeah, she's on her way back. She's getting bad. She got it wrapped up.
Is it broke?
It's not broke, but she's got some damage as far as her tendons and
That's tough.
muscle.
Yeah, that happens when you slam your arm in the gator. That's awful. I'm glad she's all right. All right, you guys. Listen. Okay. Hey, Tylen, I need you to rake this shit right. All right, you guys. He is really stunning. But you can tell from these feet what we've got going on here. I mean, these feet are not good. Not too worried about that. I just want to... Whoo, he is... Oh, he's supposed to be a finished reiner, and he's supposed to be, he's actually supposed to be by the same horse that Squirt's by, that Colonel Smoking Guns. They said that, anyway, Jacob and I were talking about it, and he said he saw him sell, and I said, why didn't you buy him? And he said, because I had enough. And I said, well, I ended up with him in the end anyway.
His tail's not there. That's good.
No, he's not nerved, and his feet aren't. She said they bought him for like $25,000 or $35,000. He's a finished reiner, and her and her husband don't show anymore, and they've just been basically having him turned out instead of up in the barn. And like about a month ago, he came up lame, and they just didn't want to put any money in him, so they hauled him to the sale barn.
You're a back burner baby.
Well,
Back burner diamonds.
but still,
Make
that's.
a diamond out of you.
I mean, he's a great age. He's 9. And if you guys want to know how we can tell that quickly, see how this horse has just got not really much of a groove, but see this little thing right here? That comes off at 9. That hook right there, when he's a solid 10-year-old, that hook will be gone. So he's 9 probably. He may actually be 8 coming 9 because that hook is coming. It would be this time next year. If it's gone, you know he's 10. If it's still there, you know he was coming 9.
You get a really good rough idea about that. I'm going to go run back down, turn those off.
Okay. All the horses that originally come in here have tags. So the novelty to what we do is we buy sale barn horses. We buy volume at auction houses. We have lots of different people that buy for us. We have lots of people we buy from. But our big thing is we buy horses out of auction houses that need to be improved. They might be horses that were purchased for slaughter. They might be horses that were just traders. But what we try to do is bring the horses here to basically preserve the quality of their life. What we don't want is for them going sell to sell and being traded on a whole lot, especially the really good kid broke horses. They deserve a lot of respect. And horses like this that are well trained, what we don't want is him drugged. We don't want him drugged and to go sell barn to sell barn to sell barn to sell barn. We want for this horse right here to just be able to live a nice, comfortable life. And that's what's important to us. So he's here. We're going to preserve the quality of his life, make sure that he is homed appropriately, because he's pretty enough and young enough that he could be drugged. And without the honesty of his owner that sold him, nobody would know about this, and he would just end up with people. They would get him home. He would be lame. He would go back to the sale barn, and before you know it, his life just spirals, and it's stress in one sale barn to the other. So we're trying to preserve the integrity of his life. We're not a rescue. My husband buys horses at sale barns. He buys a lot of horses for slaughter. But our job here with me and my staff is to just make sure that we try to preserve the quality of life, try to make sure that they're homed appropriately. If you're new here, you can join the Wild Tribe after hours. It's $20 a month. Your money goes towards supporting horses like this that basically would otherwise end up at slaughter or traded around. We're able to take a lot of extra time and bring these horses here and do everything we can to rehabilitate them, and that's done basically on the Wild Tribe's dime. So you pay $20 a month to join the group, and that money goes to support horses like him and our black horse. So this is our newest, we call it the Duder Fund, but he's really not a Duder. He's really a pretty cool stick. So we'll have to come up with a name. He's actually supposed to be by the same sire as Squirt. And as Jacob told me that, he's like, that horse was a reining horse. The only thing that makes me really, his head, his little ears, and he's supposed to be bred like this horse. So I think it's fantastic, and he is loving it. So the TheraPlate is an oscillating, vibrating machine. We'll finish with it. Once they get done with it, they'll take the little loops and pulse that foot and try to get the inflammation out of it. Also, when we pulse it, it'll get that Previcox to be more bioavailable, so the inflammation will come out quicker. And then we can take him to the vet and shoot some x-rays and see what we have going on here. So he is beautiful. All right, you guys, I will talk to you later. We'll be back.